Of the Littleton Historical Commission to order, Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. We don't have that long of an agenda tonight. I think I'll start out with 12 Robinson Road. We have a few things going on there. I did give Chris's wonderful house sign to the Cataldo team, and I don't know whether they put it up yet, but they will, or they did. I'm not sure yet, but we talked about where and how high up, and so. So if you recall, we're going to have an informational meeting on October 17th is the date that we've selected. It's a Friday. We're going to meet with, most importantly, the new owner of the barn. He's been very amenable to meeting with us and talking to him. And then we're also going to meet with one of Joe Cataldo's representatives for the house side, because the house, Joe still owns the house. He's renting it out. So we're going to meet with Ryan, one of his project managers who we've met with a lot, Shanti and I have. So it would be good if some other members of the commission could come. Shanti's going to come up.
What time is this?
It's at 2:30 and 2:30 on Friday, the October 17th.
Yeah.
At 12 Robinson Road. However, Shanti recommends that only at the maximum 3 of us go. Because she says otherwise it gets too unwieldy trying to keep focus on what we're supposed to be doing there. So I think we should.
We don't want to talk among each other. I mean, that's not the point of it.
Right. So if anyone's available and willing to go, are you available?
Should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and well, you could go too, but you don't have.
I'll see. I have to check and see whether I have that.
Okay.
What I have else on that time.
Well, if it's 3, that's already, it should be me and 2 other people, and I hate to exclude anybody,
If
but
I can go, I promise I won't say anything.
don't be silly.
No, seriously.
Are you checking to see if you're available?
Well, so far I'm available.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd have to leave a little bit early.
No, I think it'd be good for you to go,
Yeah,
because you're a new person. I think it would be great for you to, so if you don't mind, Donna, I would recommend Chris comes because he's new and he can get oriented to this new thing that we're doing, actually.
Yeah.
And Andrew, if you're available.
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay?
And I got.
Okay, then it's fine.
And
I wasn't sure whether I could go,
come
but
and
in this case, I don't have to.
No,
so that's
right.
fine.
Okay, great. So it's 2:00 at 12 Robinson.
7:30.
I'm sorry.
2:30 or
I'm sorry. It's 2:30 for the house.
Yeah.
And 3:00 for the barn.
Okay, yeah.
And we were also, if you remember, the church in the common is at 461 King Street. The First Baptist Church is being sold. Oh, you weren't here. Did we talk about this last week?
Yes.
Yeah. That big church right in the common, beautiful big church, is being sold because they can't afford to maintain it anymore. They're gonna sell it. It turns out they would like it to have a public use if possible. They're not eager to sell it to a private developer. So that's good news. So we talked a little bit at the CPC, I think, and here last meetings about what can we do to try to save it, or what could it be used for, different uses. So that same day, October 17th, she's our consultant. Shanti's going to come up and we're going to look at the exterior of the church at 2:00. So if anyone's available for that.
Are we meeting people there or are we just?
No, we're just going to look around the exterior.
Could we ask?
Maybe we should
get
ask.
in?
Yeah.
If we got
Well,
Monty and she can get in,
right.
it's like a win for us. I mean,
Okay, I will do
I'm
that.
just thinking.
No, that's good.
Based on the trip and everything.
Yep. Okay.
What's it called? The Congregational?
It's the First Baptist Church.
Oh, First
It's 461 King Street.
First Baptist.
Hannah George has a.
What's that?
What? Hannah George has a window.
Oh, she has a window there?
Does she?
Really? So anyone can come to that if you want, and you
Okay,
can,
again, I'll see it if I,
and that's 2 o'clock at the church,
461.
461 King Street.
you know where it is.
I know
It's
exactly.
the address.
Just in case, just in case.
Yeah, then, you know, there are examples of reuse of churches, and we should, I don't know, I mean, we should talk to the Baptist people and see what their thoughts are and so on, but maybe we should try and talk to some of the other people in this area who have bought churches and have done things with them,
Mm-hmm.
or invite them to our meeting or something, or go to one of their meetings. There are people that have meetings or whatever. You know, I think it was Baptist Church actually in Groton that was bought by Paul Matisse and turned into his whole residence and art gallery and workshop gallery, you know, residence, so on. Then I believe it's in Westford, they made it into
Their Center for the Arts, they have concerts and things.
concerts and things there.
Is that the
It's owned by
parish
the
center?
town. Is it,
I'm not sure who.
No,
else-
you're talking Westford?
yeah,
No, it is a private LLC.
oh,
I know the select board talked about it and were interested in seeing if it could be some kind of community center.
Our select board?
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, we should talk with these other people who've done things with them and,
Yeah, no, they rent it out for all sorts of stuff and, potentially, we could approach the parish center of the arts to ask if they wanted another church to run.
probably not, but maybe they could give us some advice, or the people who took over the school in Groton, you know, and they've made that into some kind of a center again. I don't know how.
That's separate from what you talked about before in Groton?
Yeah, well, one of them is privately owned by Paul Matisse, you know, who's a sculptor and, you know, is artist generally. And then there's this other group. I don't know what that's. Do you know, is the school, that school building that was converted into something, is that still owned by the town or?
I don't know, because at one point they were going to do something with it, because there was the Prescott School. And they would save the Prescott School, and I haven't heard what's the
Well,
other.
no, I think they have done something with it. I think it's now used as a sort of community center kind of thing. And so I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know whether it is actually, whether they kept it as a town-owned property and this other group is simply managing it or running it or helping to run it, or whether this group has become the owners of it. I'm not sure about that, but, you know, it would be good to sort of talk to these different people and see what kind of process they've gone, or what kind of success they've had and things like that. And if anybody knows of any other,
Is the church already on the market?
What's that?
Is the church already on the market?
Is the church, oh, I don't think so. Do you know, Carolyn?
No, I haven't.
I haven't seen a sign.
I can find out, but I don't, you haven't seen a sign yet. I don't think it is, but I'll
Yeah, I
talk to
was
some
looking,
people in
but I-
town.
I haven't seen.
I think maybe we should let the select board know about the things that we've talked about and see what they, you know, if they want to follow up on it.
At least not leave you out.
Right, right,
what's that, Carol?
Not leave you out
Right.
of any discussion.
right, right. Yep,
Historic building.
yep.
Carmen, do you know when it was built?
1841. I think all the churches are 1841.
So it's quite historic,
Hmm.
and it's a nice building. Unfortunately, I think it's all vinyl sided or something, but
But as we just, well, that can be taken off, of course, but you don't know what the condition is underneath the vinyl siding.
whatever. I mean, it's still a
Right.
great building.
It
I'm
is a
not
great building.
arguing
But
against-
that's why Chantel needs to get inside.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
The outside of it is vinyl clad, so.
right. Yes, I will see if I can.
Is it indexed? I assume it's.
Yes, it is in Macris, yes. Also, as we talked about, I think last week, you weren't here. The tower was replaced, what was it called? Church Bell Tower? The bell tower was replaced using CPC funds, historic CPC funds,
Was the actual tower replaced or was it?
I think it's the clock face.
repaired. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
so that's something that we should consider in terms of preservation.
It's a good building. I mean, it's tough to think of things to do with churches because it's a lot easier when you have a house. But people, as we see, people have done things. And certainly when they're in the center of a town, you hate to lose that. And the Common has lost so many historic buildings, some of which, I mean, I don't know whether some of them were around, I mean, in your lifetime, right?
Yeah, some of the good ones. Well, yeah, in the 70s. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to them, but
Just-
in the 70s, there were a couple that were taken down in the 70s.
Yeah, so it's not so long ago that they were there, and it's really a shame because there was some good, a number of Victorians were right in the center of town, and instead we have gas stations.
So, okay, so Chris is gonna basically try to come and you're gonna try to come, Andrew.
Yes,
And I'll go and Shanti will be there. Okay,
Okay, since you have enough people for that, I won't.
yeah, that's 12 Robinson. So for the church, anyone who wants to
If I
come.
can, I will, if I can, I'll try and make it for the.
Okay,
and I'll try to come for the church. as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be great. Donnie, you're welcome to come to the church if you want, 2 o'clock on Friday. I'm just wondering if she's gonna get inside, whether she's gonna want more time than a half hour to look inside.
Well, if she can get inside, then
Yeah, I'll see. For now, it's 2 o'clock. I'll let you know if that changes for the church. Okay, anybody have any comments or thoughts for the town meeting warrant? I don't think it really affects us, but I thought I'd bring it up again.
I might have missed the town warrant. Is there anything on there that I should be aware of?
The school, building the Shaker Lane School.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see the signs around town for that.
Are there any other items that
Nothing that I saw that would really affect us.
nothing affect this summer?
So,
Yeah. Member updates, I have, couple of things I thought I'd mention. For the orchard, if you remember, for Nagog Hill Orchard, we got CPC money approved at town meeting to write preservation restrictions for 3 buildings, that main house and the 2 big barns. So Shanti has written those, and we have them, 2 of them in Macris, the 3rd one will be in Macris. However, if you recall, and we haven't discussed this, I don't think recently, but a town entity such as our commission cannot hold a preservation restriction on another town entity. So the town owns the orchard. So because the town owns the orchard, the historical commission cannot hold the preservation restriction. It's like a conflict of interest. So the only way to get a preservation restriction in place would be to have a qualified nonprofit serve as the holder instead of us. When we looked into that in the past, hi Rachel, cost $50,000 for Historic New England to hold a preservation restriction. I don't know whether you charge $50,000 for each building, probably. I asked Shanti if she knew of any other group that might do that. She said no. She doesn't know of any other group. So I don't even think at this moment we necessarily want to go down that route. What we did talk about was come up with an alternative to write up a memorandum of understanding between the select board and this commission that would talk about preserving those 3 buildings, and that the historical commission would review any projects that they wanted to alter, if they want to alter any of those 3 buildings. And that wouldn't cost anything. So what do you guys think of that?
I have to abstain.
Because you live near there?
Don't you think I'm in a butter?
You're in the butter? Okay. What does anyone else think about that idea?
I think that's not a bad idea. Have you run it by anybody?
I'm gonna talk to the select board.
Yeah, I was thinking more of something like Mass Historical Commission or something like that.
I
to see
haven't.
if there
No, that's a good idea.
If there are any
I don't-
precedents for that or,
Oh, for MOAs. I think there are, but no, that's a good idea. I will do that. Yeah,
MOU.
and if there are, if they, you know,
well, the MOA supposedly has legal authority. MOU does not.
Oh, okay.
That's what Shanti thinks, and I looked it up, and that seems to be
So
true.
MOA is memo of,
Memorandum of Agreement,
oh, okay, I see what so you're saying that's a contract.
correct. So and I guess I could also ask CPC, Community Preservation Coalition, if they know anything about that. So did you hear that, or should I say it again?
I mean, so I'm assuming you're talking about
The orchard.
Yeah.
So the issue with, you may recall, we discussed this, I think, years ago. We got CPC funding to write preservation restrictions on the main house and 2 barns, big barns.
Yeah.
Shanti has written those. However, one town entity, such as us, cannot hold that preservation restriction if the town owns it. It's a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
And the only other way to do it is to have a qualified nonprofit do it. The only one that I know of, that Shanti knows of, is Historic New England. They would charge, I spoke to him about this years ago, they would charge $50,000. I think that's per building. Even if it's not, it's still a minimum of $50,000. So instead of going that route, Shanti and I talked about writing a memorandum of understanding, memorandum of agreement between the select board and this commission, and any projects that they would want to undertake to alter any of those 3 buildings, we would need to approve.
Doesn't that only apply when the building goes into new ownership? Because we went through this whole thing with Robinson Road, right? Like, so before we sold it,
No, yeah,
we had, it wasn't doing, nothing was happening, so we had it. Now that it's under an agreement with someone else, there's a business going into it, correct?
where, 12 Robbins?
No.
Oh, the orchard. No, so they have a lease. The person there, the select board has negotiated a lease. They already have the lease signed. It's a 20-year lease, I think. They're allowed to do that. That doesn't really affect us.
Right.
So your question,
that lease is for the land.
yeah,
Will they be, sorry, so.
but he's also leasing the upper barn.
Oh.
Yeah,
Because, we just sort of let Robinson Road sit until.
we did, but I don't think we want to do that for the orchard, because the town is gonna own the orchard. We don't know until maybe forever.
There's an AgCom restriction on it, yeah, so.
Right, but the ag restriction's not on the buildings.
Right.
Right, but the town is gonna hold the property for quite some time. If they ever sell it, if the town votes to allow them to sell it, then we could hold the preservation restriction. But
The preservation restriction only came into play once the building was in use.
no. It's the owner of, whoever owns the current building and the holder of the
We
restriction.
didn't, for all the years, it was 7 years of Robinson Road where we owned it, and we didn't
pursue this back then.
we talked about it though. We definitely
Talked about it.
There's a reason that we know about all of this. Like, I already know about how much it costs.
Right,
Because we went through this with Robinson Road.
right.
But as long as the town owns it, the town doesn't, the town owns it, there's nothing, provided that the town doesn't want to do anything with it, then there's no reason to have a restriction. You're only putting it on a restriction if somebody else is gonna own it, because then you're concerned that they might do something that you don't want them to do.
But that's what Linda's saying. Linda's saying get an MOA and not a restriction.
Right.
You'd only get the restriction if the town divested of it, in which
Right.
case the restriction would be to the new
But in
owner
that
enforced by the
case-
town.
If they divest it and they sold it, then we do want the deed restriction.
Correct.
And then we would be.
Right, but then we could do that. If
That's what the
We
divest.
could add deed restriction if it ever got sold.
Correct. We have them written now. Shanti wrote them. They're ready to go if the town ever sells it.
But I think that's what you're gonna
My-
put in an MOA. You're gonna say, there's an agreement that the town will function as if there is a deed restriction. And at the moment that the town chooses to divest, if that ever were to occur, then this MOU or this MOA is saying that a deed restriction will be applied at transfer of the deed.
Right.
I would like to see something in place now while the town owns it.
Okay.
Because if the town's gonna own it for many, many years, which at the moment, that's the case, right? Because the town voted they can't sell it. So the town owns it for many years theoretically. I would like to see some protection in place. If they want to make any alterations to the building, whether it's the town or the person who's leasing it, I would like to see some protection so that we have some input into any alterations that are being considered for the three buildings.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
No, I'm absolutely all for anything that protects the structure and, anything like that. Yeah, just.
Yeah.
It does feel a little like we operated without anything on Robinson Road.
I know.
Even,
Correct, but that was our first time.
Yeah.
We didn't, it was this one,
Sure.
this is to me, the orchard is a different, horse of a different color. It's the orchard, it's a town asset. It's not just one building or, that's being sold or whatever, being managed. It's a whole, it's a town asset, it's a community resource. The town wants it to be protected. So that's my thought, that we just have some input in case they ever want to make any alterations to any of the three historic structures, then we would have some input, or we'd have to approve whatever alterations they want to make. That's my thought.
I think that sounds good. I think that sounds like a reasonable way to proceed on this. Again, it's a little different from other things that we've done, but.
Yes, it is.
That's all right.
It is. Yeah.
Different circumstance, so we have different arrangements.
I mean, if we could hold the preservation restriction, we would go forward with it, but we can't. And I don't think we want to pay that kind of money for someone else to hold it.
Not in this case.
We'd have to raise the money, anyway. I think this is an alternative that would work in the meantime.
Speaking of having to raise the money, I mean,
Well, I asked them already.
No, I
Todd
know.
Robinson, they decided they didn't want to back then. That's why I didn't.
Yeah. How much money they'd rather have a house?
Yeah. Well, really?
All right, so once we get it further along, we'll share the language with you all and we can talk about it further. Sound good?
yes.
Also, on the orchard, just FYI, they're having an open house on October 18th from 2 PM until dark. What's weird is you're supposed to RSVP. It says music, food, campfire, art, native tree talk tours to learn about the future of Littleton's iconic 50-acre orchard as we begin creating the tree farm. So it's the John Bransfield who leases it now.
What's the website to RSVP?
There's an email, it's info@bransfieldtree.com. That's BRANS field, FIELD tree.com.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, say that one more time, sorry. Info,
But it's Bransfield, BRANSFIELDTREE, all one word.com.
Bransfield what?
Tree.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
.com. Not sure why you'd have an open house and then have to RSVP, but that's what they're.
And when is that?
October 18th, which is a Saturday,
Oh, I don't think I can go.
from 2 PM until dark. Oh, until after dark. So
Oh, well, you all have to fill me in.
Try to, though, yeah.
Sounds great. Are there any other member updates? One thing I thought I'd mention, do we want to consider having hybrid meetings, especially during the winter? So we have options of having in-person plus from home in case there's bad weather.
Oh,
Sure. I mean, can we still finish recording or can people, or are we live?
This should be recording us.
No, I know, but
Oh.
can people be,
Yes, because you do it all the time, CPC, right?
but can people be on the meeting right now?
yes, because it's
Yeah.
Zoom.
Okay.
Yes, they're using Zoom and not recording, so it is a live meeting.
All right, so I'm gonna look into that for the winter, just in case there's some bad weather.
I think it's a great idea.
But someone has to be here, right? Even if it's bad weather? Should I talk to the town clerk's office?
that's Mark Corey, how to.
Okay. All right,
I think the answer is probably not. We just
Yeah.
need the Zoom app installed on your home machine,
I see.
and you would need either the hyperlink or you'd need the meeting ID and password.
You just wouldn't, because you wouldn't have the owl here. But
Right,
if anybody wants to come in,
yeah,
how do we do that? I guess it's because I always come.
you always come. I'll talk to Mark. Yeah,
Yeah. But if it's a Zoom meeting, theoretically,
Mhm.
anyone can join. So what I suspect would occur, honestly, would be they would publish the Zoom URL on our agenda. You go to the town website, you look at the agenda, there's the link, you click on the link, you enter the passcode, which will be written on the
Right.
agenda, and then we're all in a Zoom meeting.
so then no one would be here, but then maybe you only do
Doesn't
it.
have to ask code,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
never have to enter the
it should be a
passcode.
public meeting, so.
Okay, so there, no passcode, but you typically put the passcode on the thing anyway.
Oh,
so
if you
it'd
put
be
it on,
public.
yeah.
It's not a secret
If I can
passcode.
join it right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'll check into that.
Yeah,
Meeting minutes, I sent out one set of minutes. I think it was for last month, for September. Have people had a chance to review the minutes? From September 10th, 2026, it says. I just noticed that, Chris.
What is that?
It says September 2026. I just saw that.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
No, maybe AI got it. Oh, yeah, AI, you said, yes, AI got it wrong. Any comments on the minutes?
I think I missed Andrew Bowers.
Oh, yeah, you came late, right? Yeah.
Looks good to me.
You wanna look at it?
I haven't seen it.
If you feel like it, we can scroll down. Is it too small? You wanna make it bigger?
No, this is. I'm going down. Oh, no, it is.
I assume you're looking at minutes, yeah?
Well, I wasn't here, so I.
Oh, you weren't here, I'm sorry. Right. And Donna wasn't here. No,
We're here in spirit.
yes, for sure,
We just can't vote on the minutes.
right.
So they were generated by AI, that's fantastic.
Well, we started doing that, Chris started doing, it was Chris's idea, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And I was so skeptical.
Yeah, no, we use them all.
So what you do?
Oh, yeah.
You do minutes?
Yeah, with AI.
You do?
absolutely, Yeah.
Well, what we've been doing is he generates it from,
So when it's recorded, it's supposed to be YouTube, then YouTube transcribes all the whatever's said during the meeting. I just take that, copy and paste it into AI and it creates the minutes in like a minute.
and then he does some editing. And then he sends it to me to do, see if, and I usually
I was
make
gonna
some
say, we're
edits.
using Zoom, so Zoom should be doing it automatically.
Yeah, I haven't figured that out yet, but
No, it's not doing closed caption.
Oh, well, we could try to figure that out.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Do we have enough, do we have a quorum? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we could vote.
Okay,
Looks all right?
yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of September 10th, 2025?
So moved.
I have a second.
Seconded.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. So historic plaques, as is on the agenda, there's a few items to discuss. So the major one is placement at Parley Lumber, which we've talked about several times. I did go there and I actually cleaned out some of the weeds. So it does look better. You can see it now when you go by it, but, huh?
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, so it looks better. However, two things. As I've been thinking about it, yes, no, should we move it? Should we not move it? Should we put it in a different location? Should we leave it where it is? The main thing I'm thinking about is nobody's gonna read it. You're going around this big curve. Nobody can, they can stop at the conservation lane and walk back, but I don't think many people are gonna do that. That's kind of the main thing I'm thinking of. Move it, as someone suggested. Was it you, Rachel?
I think Elizabeth and I.
Oh, Elizabeth knew. They suggested moving it like how many feet over? Couple
To
of,
the right,
if you're facing Parley to the left, there's a conservation land there with the really old crappy conservation sign that they need to replace. I was thinking, Rachel and Elizabeth said, maybe put it there next to that and we could, unfortunately, the plaque doesn't say to the right or something,
Yeah.
our plaque, but we could add something that says to the right was Parley Lumber or something, or grist mill, whatever. And then people, if they're walking, there's a parking space, there's 2 parking spaces there, maybe 1. But you can pull over, you can walk in the conservation land, which I've done, and then you would see the sign at least. Cause nobody's gonna look at it where it is.
so you would have the highway department dig up the cement pedestal that it sits on.
I think we should, well, we talked about this, that's the second thing. I think we should get one that's a little higher. It's very low, it's 3 feet high. Can we get one that's 4 feet high? 3 feet is pretty low.
So it could be, and I don't know this to be true or not, this is a speculation, but my understanding is when the highway department made them, they built a form for them. So I'm wondering if that one is 3 feet high because it is 2 feet into the ground, as to the other ones being, and I don't know, maybe it's soft over there or.
There are some other ones that are 3 feet also, but I
Oh.
haven't gone out and measured all the other ones. I think there are a bunch that are taller. But yes, that's a good point. Maybe it is into the ground.
Maybe.
So,
I don't think it's a bad idea. If the highway department's willing to do it, I'd say go for it.
or we get a new, either dig it up or get a new one, but they'd have to get the old one out if we get a new one anyway, probably. So,
Well, I think we talked about the fact that it would be very hard for us to get a new one. Unless the highway department makes
Well,
them, right?
I'm looking into that
Yeah,
to get a new one. So far, I haven't found any company, but I'm looking into it.
I
You looked into it?
had calls, remember, a bunch of places. So granite was one thing we investigated, and none of the local granite folks would touch it. And they recommended that you get a slab from a quarry, and the quarry people would be more than happy to sell us a slab, but they wouldn't handle transport or placement. So then we'd have to figure out how to get it from northern New Hampshire down and place
I
it.
do remember
And
this.
then I called cement places, and they sent me to a place that makes like pre-formed cement steps and stuff, and they wanted design fees and all that kind of stuff.
Was it
And-
very expensive? Do you remember how
Yes.
much?
Well, their thing was basically, if you do one, you should do like 50 of them.
I
Because
see.
the cost is in that sort of making the form. You probably know way more than I do, but that's what they kind of suggested.
Probably not that hard to make a form, and it depends how big you want it to be, or just pour concrete like you're, and
Yeah. That's what it sounded like they did. It sounds like the ones we have today were made by,
Mhm.
or like the highway department. Some guy just made a form and just made like a bunch of them. But I think that, as it was explained, it kind of made sense to me that if you put all the effort into making the form, that you make more than one. Like, it's kind of crazy to do all the work to make the form and just make one. So
I'd like to see the ones that are so low, I'd like,
the higher.
if possible, I'd like to see all of them raised, because I think it's hard to see, and they tend to get overgrown that way, and as such, not very imposing.
Right. I think I think we should talk to Middlesex again, or not that we ever did talk to them. We talked about contacting them and asking them if they'd be willing to either donate or do it for us.
Yeah.
Should we talk to them?
I have
Right.
a concrete vendor too.
Oh, you do?
That might be able to, it's sort of like a one-man show, and sometimes maybe you could put something together for it.
In Concord, you said? Or,
Burlington, he's in Billerica.
so it's local.
Yeah, but let me check.
Okay.
and see
Oh,
if
that's
he's
cool.
Maybe we'll have you check before I talk to Middlesex.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll check, I'll ask him tomorrow.
Great, thank you. Yeah,
Basically, we just need dimensions of,
Yeah.
how, does it get, like, you just dig it into the ground and all that stuff?
I never thought of how far down in the ground it might be going.
It's in a base and it just sits on the ground, I'm not sure.
No, so I can only tell you about the one at the corner of
Neshoba,
Newtown and Neshoba is knocked over, and it looks
it's
like
up now.
it looks like it was just, it was dug in. It doesn't look, there was no obvious base to it.
And it's very low. Right now, I think that one's very low.
They're all quite low, maybe
Most of them are.
a little bit higher, but they're.
I'm gonna go out and measure them again to see if they're all that low, because
How tall is the quarantine one? That one is,
that's a newer one.
right, no,
I don't know, actually. Who was working on that? You?
Andrew, no, Andrew.
That was it.
Andrew Samarco.
Yeah, that was ran, and that we got like a great deal on
That granite?
Yeah, and then it, like, the price skyrocketed, like,
Since
that
then.
was in like 2018, I think it was, we got that one done.
And that one has a base on it, isn't that up on a, cause it's got like a little trough in the front that they planted flowers in or something?
I have a picture of it,
So that's what the plaque was? Yeah. And it's just.
Well, I remember we got a good deal on it, partly because I don't think we paid for it, actually even paid for it at all, because wasn't it a replacement for one that somebody had knocked down?
Oh, right.
Somebody else.
An accident, wasn't it?
So knocked down, and insurance paid for it, so.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, so that's different
The
situation.
blacks have screw holes in the back, and you put like basically a stud on there, and then you put parts of the stud in, but that's how we found it.
no, I just have a picture of it, no, not very
Well, that's
helpful.
my guy, if you can't do it, I mean, it's not that hard.
Chris, does your guy just do concrete or might he look into granite?
I
Did you ask him?
haven't worked with him on granite, but maybe.
Did you ask him? I
Yeah.
mean, we assume it'll be a lot more expensive, but we did set aside some money in our CPC funds for 1 to 2 granite markers. Now, so I think we should look into it.
Okay.
I mean, concrete, we thought granite would be too much, but
Right,
it would be great if,
Yeah. I'm sure you can do something.
okay. And so I think, yeah, the issue that Angie brought up, but how low goes in the ground, I don't know how you deal with that.
I mean,
But these 3-foot ones that I've measured are really tiny. The 4-foot would be a lot better. And
it would have to be in the ground far enough for the frost line. So, I mean, technically it should go down 4 feet. So you're talking an 8-foot.
wow, that's big, yeah.
Well, so
Base, so like this one, if the quarantine station has a base, what if you
Yeah.
do a base for it? Does that have to?
I don't think they have bases, but I think your
But
point.
think maybe you could do bases.
I mean,
But
like.
it's not foundational, so I think that it's okay, so the reason you put it down 4 feet is so that the ground doesn't go up and down.
I
But
understand.
the reality of it is, this can go up and
Yeah, I
down,
guess it
because
doesn't
it's
matter.
just,
Yeah, you're right. It could probably be like 2 feet in the ground. And
that's right. All you need to do is have it deep enough to support itself, that's all you really,
So if we're looking at a 4-foot one, it would be 6 feet,
yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Or granite with a base or something, I don't know.
I did call, there was a monument place that, was in Westford, and they closed.
Mhm.
And then I called Acton Monument, which is over on, not Powers Road. Yeah, no, what's the one that's a little bit further down in Acton?
27.
27, right? And, not interested. And he was the one who gave me the phone number for the quarries. And then I called the quarries, and they were more than happy to sell us a chunk of granite. And it wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $550.
And then,
But you had to pick it up. They basically said, bring a truck and we'll have a front end loader leave it on your truck, and then you gotta get it back, and then you have to get it out and have it installed.
would it be cut to the size we want?
It would be a square, like, cube of granite.
And at the size we want, like
Yes,
6
yes,
feet by
yes.
whatever.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you the dimensions for the width too, because I have it here
Yeah.
somewhere.
but it would be like a chunk of granite. It would not be like a monument where it's like finished. It would literally be like I bet you, I think you could get like one side smooth, but the other sides would be kind of more
One time.
natural, yeah.
It'd be okay, yeah.
But what would we should break down what the cost of renting a truck and.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I thought about it, but then I was thinking like, how do you install that? Like, you need a team of people.
yeah.
With heavy equipment standing by. And I think that most of the time when you like order a monument, they have those flatbed trucks with a built-in crane. It's like not a big crane, but it's like a little crane. And so they pull right alongside and they lift in place.
So is that the same issue we'd run into if we wanted to get a new concrete one?
Yes, but that's why we, I think, have to have the building department or
If they're
highway
willing-
department
If they're
involved.
willing to do it.
Yeah,
I haven't even asked them if they're willing to. Yeah, okay.
or, volunteer army.
Does your person have some sort of shipping and placement?
He might have a bunch of guys or one of those small little skid steer things that could like lift it up. So he's got his ways. So I'll have a conversation.
Okay.
And see,
Great.
That'd be awesome.
All right, so yeah, okay. And I can't find the width right now. I'll let
That's
you
fine.
know.
Yeah, just email.
Okay. And then just sort of an update. Remember, we approved text edits for the Neshoba Praying Indian Town plaque. I gave them to the manufacturer. Haven't heard back from him yet. I actually asked him, so I have to contact him. I actually asked him to do 2 different ones, because remember, we thought there might be too much text so I asked him to give us one with all the text we decided, and then the second one, I took out something about that included Fort Pond and Neshoba Pond. On my own, I took that out to see if it made a difference, if the text could fit without being typed. So I think they'll do it as a proof, but I haven't heard back from yet. And then the last one is the Porter Road. Porter Road Bridge, which most of us have been out there and looked at it. I don't know whether you've looked at it since Chris cleaned it up quite a bit. I think it looks pretty good and we can leave it the way it is, but I wanted to get other people's input as to what you thought. Whether you think we should order a new one or just leave it as it is cleaned up.
I actually haven't seen it since I did it.
Oh,
But, I could take a drive by.
yeah, it looks, I think it looks pretty good.
There's an improvement, definitely.
A real improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd you
So-
do it?
Huh?
Sandpaper.
Yeah,
Like I'll sand on a block and just
yeah.
over the top
Oh, that
of it.
makes sense.
It come out nice.
Yeah.
There's also ways you can like, if you really wanted it to pop, you could like paint the letters, like just the letters that are popping up and in like some sort of acrylic or something.
Something that would withstand the weather,
Yeah, I mean, that's more of a
aesthetic.
maintenance type
Yeah.
of thing too. but
Yeah,
It's so far from the street, you can't really read it
True.
when you drive by
No,
anyway,
of
so
course,
you're just gonna walk up to it.
correct. So anyway, sounds like no one else got to look at it. Go take a look and we can talk about it next week if you think we should just leave it the way it is or get a new plaque.
If I go by, I'll take pictures too. And
Okay.
and see how it stood up to the last few months.
Yeah, right. Okay. We talked about the
Send a
church.
picture around to everybody and.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, I will.
And then the last thing, under outreach, educational or outreach basically is, we talked about a possible award for 12 Robinson Road. And a couple of people are gonna follow up with some things about it, but I don't really remember what their follow-up was
I can't find that
Yeah.
example I had.
of an award.
Award. I've seen it. I know it's in my house somewhere. I've been looking for it for a month. It's in a pile. somewhere.
That's right, we can come up with the language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
anything. that great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we,
this is again, one of these things that we've talked about for a long time. I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, I don't think the wording matters a whole lot. I think it's a good thing to do, you know, it's a good outreach thing. It's good publicity thing, unfortunately, without newspapers. Who knows whether you get any publicity
You
for doing
put
anything.
it on social media, you know what you do, that's where all the young
Go
people.
on the podcast, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, well, other people,
and there is a town newsletter.
other people will see it, so that'll be good.
Long, like,
I think it's a good idea. I hope we
but
pursue it. I don't think we need to go into too much. I mean, it doesn't commit anybody to anything. It's not a legal document. There's not all this kind of.
to like a fun little event, like, so at the new Park and Rec place, building, they have the auditorium, the little stage, like, we could do something, like, we could make it an event, we could have it be something fun. I think that could be a fun. If we're gonna go through the motions, we might as well go all the way.
See, I was thinking we have Rachel design a plaque, and that'd be the end of it.
Wait, is that we just put their name on the plaque, or do we still give them a certificate? And
Well, I mean, like you design the certificate, so it looks really nice and
We could do that.
get it printed and give it to them.
Yeah,
can do
is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I was thinking like, that aside from, what is our vehicle of which we give them we just put it in the mail and we're like.
Have them come to a meeting, or if there's something that we're gonna be at, that they're gonna be at, we could do it at that, at some other kind of event like that.
Or if you want to, or, you know, if we want to organize something, we could do it in an auditorium and give it out and get
I
some,
would do it at a select board meeting.
yeah,
That's the easier thing.
That's not a bad idea.
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
You know, oftentimes they start with something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, it's not a bad idea, but we can talk about it, but, you know, I guess we should start it soon, but what do you think? Select board meeting, auditorium,
You know, select board meeting's the easier one.
yeah,
Well,
okay.
I'm just thinking of it from the perspective of, okay, so you have it in an auditorium.
Yeah.
So you invite people to come. People arrive, they're gonna expect a program. right? So,
And snacks.
For one person, this would be, like, we'd have to make it, like, we'd have to give us that little.
right.
Not
which-
for, not for future.
Yeah, but then you get into, event planning and.
Right, exactly.
Many different things, and I would say that I'm a regular attendee to the Manchester, New Hampshire Historical Commission Annual Awards, and it's a gala. I mean, it's an
Oh.
absolute gala. So they usually have it at St. Anselm's College. They have they have a bar, and they have appetizers. And then they basically give out
Several awards.
preservation awards, yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is that there's people there. They get up and they say, tonight we're honoring, the Joseph A. Clackers for their preservation of the Edward G. Mullen home. And then they said, it went through a $5 million renovation, and they have all the pictures, and they have all of the history, and, who built the building, when was it built, what did it originally look like, what did the renovation look like, what was the goals of the renovation, and it's like a 20-minute presentation for each of these awards. And they have a team of people that pull this off every year. A team of people. I think they have 6 staff that manage this award.
Paid staff.
Yes.
So probably not gonna do
I
that.
say let's start out at a select board meeting, and then we can move our way up towards an auditorium. What do you think?
Actually, you know what would be good? I gotta find out when it is this year, because if we can get tickets, we should go. I mean, cause it's an experience, and
Yeah.
everyone here would enjoy it. I mean, it's in Manchester, New Hampshire. I don't know if there's anything more local.
Probably.
Probably, but I don't know.
That's a good question. I wonder.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I think the idea,
It's something to aspire to.
Yes.
yes, good point, Rick.
Yes.
I think having a selectmen's meeting is the best idea. That's enough. That's public. It
Right.
gives a good deal of public, but it doesn't require a lot of extra work and so on. And we can certainly, I'm not think a nice, what's the word, certificate, nice certificate, and, that would be a good start.
Yeah.
And, be certainly, because it was done in the past. I think the owner of our house
Oh, yeah?
got an award at some time, not too long before we moved there, because she didn't live there that long, so, and, it got in the newspaper. But still, having it in the selectmen's meeting is,
Yeah.
at least makes us more visible, gives some pride to the person who's received the award. I think that's a good idea.
Does
Alright.
the town have a seal stamp, like if we were to get like one of those gold foil?
I would think they do, but I don't know. You could contact the select board's office.
We missed it. It was May 20th. from
What?
5
Oh.
to 8 p.m.
Oh, cool.
Manchester Community College this year.
Oh, yeah, no,
Well, you wanna know something ironic? I was looking at these and I think it was in 1999, the town got one for preserving the orchard. And in the same year, the Grskowskis got one for preserving.
Oh,
Now they-
really? Oh, wow.
See how those turn out. Well, the orchard, I guess, is still,
Yeah, still there.
but Hager, not so much.
Yeah, right. Wow.
There's some brick, that's right.
Yeah.
There's 6 bricks to look at.
Has anybody met any of the people from there?
They're very lovely people.
Excuse me?
They're very nice people. Yes, we've met a number of them. They're very interested in the town. They're getting very involved. So, yes, that's good.
Well, obviously, they wanna be a community and all that, so. I've noticed that every time you look around, they've planted some more shrubs and whatever plants and so on on the property there, I don't know.
Didn't I see it for sale? Did they have a unit for sale?
Yeah, there's one unit for sale.
So how does that work if they're like a society of people?
I don't know if you're on the, yeah,
Hmm?
you have to be,
Commune?
be approved, so I don't know if you go in and make an offer, whether you have to go through the approval process, I don't know, unless they don't do that.
Oh. Okay, that's all I have. Anything else from anybody? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Oh,
Oh.
next meeting.
Oh, next meeting. Let's do this.
So this is the first week in October?
Second.
No, this was the second, so.
So November
then
12th.
November 12th? Does that work for people?
Does.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's what we'll set it as next LHC meeting. All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Wait, you moved it?
No,
Oh,
no.
we
Oh.
both said it, I think.
Oh, AI's gonna be all confused.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Rachel said it.
Rachel said it. Andrew seconded it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned. How do I get out of here?
So go into Zoom. No,
Yeah,
the other app, the Zoom app.
this? Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And then at the bottom, it says end on the far right,
Oh, yes, that's it?
and then hit end
My
for all.
youngest grandson.
Or just leave?
Yeah.
Oh, either one?
Well.
I would end